Oh, hi there. This is the OVS 180, Nomadic 180 awning. And it's on the 4Runner. And while I had hopes that it would be an easy install, it wasn't. And I'll show you why. It's a lot more robust than any other awning bracket I've seen. What I like here is this dip on my Princey rack. The crossbars sit lower than that outer edge, so this is going to be paramount in getting a nice flush fit. So, as anticipated, I'm going to have to do some finagling again with, first of all, I love how low profile this fit is between the 4Runner, the print suit, and the tent. Almost no wind noise. It's great. But that rise that I pointed out earlier, that's meant to go over that lip, you know, I'm going to have to figure something out. I don't want to scoot my tent over. I guess I could just scoot it over 2 inches, because then I guess as a whole the tent and awning would be centered. I just don't know how I feel about the weight distribution. I might play with that. That's the easiest solution, is to just slide the tent over that amount and then just bolt everything together. Because if not, I'm going to have to figure out a way to fabricate a riser, but then still it's going to be a little wonky. So I'm going to try the easiest solution first, more later. Alright, further issue. So regardless of where I put the tent, the crossbars are going to be in the same position. You know, they can slide forward and back, but same up and down, same left to right. So in order for this to seat on the crossbar, it hits against my roof, and that's not cool. So that's going to just eventually cut a hole. I do wish that maybe they would take into consideration one of the more popular aftermarket roof racks on one of the most common SUVs in the world. It just seems to me like lack of R&D is causing this issue. So now what I have to do is what I was going to have to do anyway, really, is put spacers in there so that I can scoot it out, or at least up, either way. If I'm going to scoot up, I might as well move it out so I don't have to scoot my tent over as much. So, big bummer. OVS, take this into your consideration. Put it in your suggestion box. Maybe have a couple different options for these. Because also I can already tell that this isn't going to put the awning tall enough for me to stoop under it. And my vehicle's on a 3-inch lift, so it's not like it's anything unreasonable. So I think what I'm going to have to end up doing is putting it on a spacer up and out, probably something like that, but certainly not plug and play, just word to the wise. All right, so here is, say, the working prototype. I think it's going to work. I feel pretty confident about it. First of all, I needed to add spacers, so I got a couple nylon spacers in there. Longer bolts. These are, I believe, what came with the roof nest mounting hardware. I ended up using something else for that. I did have to drill a couple holes. I'm not usually comfortable with drilling through things that aren't intended to be drilled through, but with this I felt pretty comfortable. It is the stronger part of the structure there. So drilled through and bolted it on. I was going to do 4, but I was torn between drilling 4 holes and just 2, and this is actually plenty strong. I can like stand on it and it doesn't flex, so we'll see if it works. Okay, so here's a trial and error update. This design I do believe is going to work, but I originally had the bolts facing up, And the nuts, you know, the nylon nuts are just a little taller than this, and then just a couple of threads poked through. When I lowered this tent down, right now I have it propped up, when I lowered the tent down, the bolts were just coming in contact enough here for me to worry about it kind of grinding a hole there. So raise the tent back up and flip the bolts to be facing down, and I think we're going to be okay. We will see. And success. Had to do a bit of finagling, little fabrication and whatnot, but it works. The brackets that I made, or that I adjusted, worked. I have it on the highest setting, and now I can almost walk under it without hitting my head. I'll just park with the slope downhill. I'll be fine. I'm still going to do some tweaking with tent clearance. The tent is actually loose right now, back and forth, but it's going to work just fine. Everything worked great. It was a pain in the butt. I had to take it on and off a few times and further tweak it, but everything's going to be all right.